Welcome to the deep dive, where we try to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights you need.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're driving into something really universal, yet, incredibly personal, that quest for meaningful connection. And specifically, the challenges and, honestly, the beauty of marriage in our modern world.
It's a journey almost everyone thinks about, doesn't it? Seeking partnership, that deep understanding, maybe a shared purpose.
Exactly. And for our deep dive today, we've got a fascinating source.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
It's called Sweet Marriage Twist for Muslims in the West.
Okay, interesting title.
And it's, well, groundbreaking might actually be the right word here.
Oh, so?
Because this isn't just any book. It's co-written by a human expert, Dr. Ahmed Shalaby.
Okay.
He's an Egyptian heart surgeon who then became systems analyst. Fascinating background.
Wow. Heart surgeon to systems analyst. That's quite a shift.
Right. And his co-author, an artificial intelligence, Grok 3 from XAI, actually.
Get out, really. An AI.
Yep. And the first edition was apparently co-authored with ChatGPT.
So this isn't just a gimmick then?
Doesn't seem like it. The whole point seems to be fusing deep spiritual insights with really practical, actionable advice.
And grounded in data, you mentioned.
Exactly. Grounded in hard statistical data.
That combination. Human expertise, AI analysis, spiritual depth, and data. That's quite unique for a marriage guide.
It really is. And you can kind of see how Dr. Shalaby's background fits, from the systems of the heart to analyzing bigger systems, applying that to relationships.
Makes sense. A multidisciplinary approach.
So that's our source and our mission today, to unpack what marriage really means for Muslims navigating life in the West, drawing on this unique collaboration.
Pulling out the key insights, the stats, the practical wisdom.
Right. And they frame marriage itself as the ultimate co-innovation mission.
Co-innovation mission. I like that. Like a team building something new together.
Precisely. A dynamic partnership. So let's dig in.
All right. Where do we start? Foundational question.
Let's do it. What is marriage, according to this book?
Okay.
They define it as, well, a sacred pact, a binding agreement, two souls locked in love, aiming for mutual wins.
Mutual wins. Built on trades of benefits, I think the outline mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. An exchange of benefits. But love is emphasized as the essential glue.
And the divine purpose.
Allah's mercy. Referencing Quran 30.21.
That co-innovation team idea really comes through there, doesn't it?
It does.
It's like this dynamic partnership, give and take, all within the framework of deen, of faith.
Covering everything body needs, soul lifts.
All aiming for that peak of shared love. It really paints marriage as needing teamwork, communication, resilience.
And navigating challenges together. It even mentions seeing diversity in the partnership as a strength.
Right, bringing different perspectives.
Yeah.
And selfishness being a major threat to that team dynamic.
It's a very practical way to look at something so profound.
It is. So if marriage is this co-innovation mission, the next big question is often, well, when?
Yeah, when's the right time? Is there a sweet spot for getting married today?
The stats are pretty revealing here.
Like the U.S. Census data.
Exactly. Average age for first marriages. It's climbed a lot.
Up to 30 for men and 28 for women by 2023.
Which is way up from, 23 and 21 back in 1970?
Big difference.
And that contrasts pretty sharply with global figures for Muslim-majority countries.
Right. The UN report found it was younger there, like 25 for men, 22 for women.
So that creates a sort of tension for Western Muslims, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That Yaqeen Institute survey showed it clearly. Over half under 30 feel ready by 25.
But almost as many, 40%, are delaying. Education, finances.
And maybe the CDC stat plays into that thinking, the divorce risk.
Yeah, that's dark. Married before 25, almost a 50% risk within 10 years.
Compared to 24% if you marry after 30, nearly half the risk.
So the numbers definitely suggest waiting might lead to more stability.
And the experts seem to agree, broadly speaking.
Right. Like Dr. Terry Orbuch saying, there's no magic number. It's maturity, stability, knowing yourself.
Emotional readiness.
And from the Islamic side, Dr. Tamara Gray points to marrying when you risk temptation, the fitna, or when you're truly responsible, based on prophetic advice.
So what's the takeaway from Sweet Marriage Twist on this timing question?
Well, they argue Islam doesn't actually set a strict clock.
It's more about capability.
Exactly. That Hadith, "O youth, whoever can afford it, let him marry." Afford, meaning the basics.
Faith, some money, self-control.
The essentials. They use that analogy like planting a tree. You aim for the sweet spot when you're solid enough to build and grow.
So readiness over just age makes sense.
Okay, so we know what marriage is, roughly when, but the huge one is who?
choosing your co-founder, right? How does the book guide that selection process?
It brings in stats again, like that eHarmony survey.
Shared values winning out.
Yes, 64% prioritize shared values over looks or money.
And that aligns pretty closely with the ISPU study on young Western Muslims.
It does. 72% prioritize strong deen, strong faith, but also 58% list compatibility, shared goals, lifestyle.
It's not just one thing.
No, it's layered.
Yeah.
And how people find each other is interesting, too.
That split between arranged and other ways.
Right. UN says 55% arranged in many Muslim-majority countries.
But in the West, the ISPU found Muslims lean towards assisted matches, kind of a blend. 40% prefer that.
A mix of family involvement and personal choice. And that CDC stat about aligned priorities.
Couples splitting 30% less often. That's a big motivator to get on the same page early.
Definitely. And experts back this up, balancing head and heart.
Dr. Helen Fisher talking about handling quirks, the long-term vibe.
Right. And Dr. Gary Chapman, the love languages guy. Shared goals, communication styles.
And the Islamic perspective is powerful here, too.
Dr. El-Kathari quoting the Prophet. A woman is married for 4 things.
Wealth, lineage, beauty, or religion.
Choose religion. It really centers character and faith.
So the book's core advice on selection, think of it like drafting your co-innovation MVP.
Most valuable partner.
Haha, yeah. Prioritize deen, absolutely, but also character, that overall vibe.
How they handle your weirdness, as you put it earlier.
Exactly. And look for complementary differences like peanut butter and jelly, they say, referencing the Quran.
So practical steps. Family input, which is sunnah. Halal interactions.
Coffee chats, not clubbing, right? Real talks.
And crucially, istikhara, seeking that divine guidance.
Okay, but what if? What if you check all those boxes, deen, character, family's okay, but the initial spark just isn't really there?
Is it a deal breaker? That's a common worry.
For sure.
Well, that Journal of Family Psychology study suggests maybe not.
The one about kindness and respect?
Yeah. Couples prioritizing those were 20% less likely to split, even if the initial fizz faded.
That really pushes back against the Hollywood romance idea.
It does. Dr. Helen Fisher acknowledges attraction is complex. Looks, vibe, pheromones, it gets things started.
But it's not what sustains it.
Not solely. She stresses shared goals, mutual respect, keep it simmering long term.
And Esther Perel warns against chasing constant sparks, right? Calls it a trap.
Exactly. She argues real intimacy builds through effort, shared vulnerability.
And Dr. Yasir Qadhi's point about the Prophet encouraging looking, but always pairing it with deen.
Right. Attraction is a bonus, maybe important, but not the absolute foundation.
So the sweet marriage twist perspective is?
Basically, chill. It's not game over.
Great.
They see marriage as that co-innovation lab. The Quran emphasizes love and mercy as the real MVPs.
Things you grow into together.
Exactly. Qualities you actively cultivate over time. It's a process.
Okay, that's hopeful. Now let's tackle a big one. Arranged marriage versus, what did the book call it? Hanging around.
Yeah, essentially halal dating or courtship, which is better.
The stats show a real contrast, don't they?
For sure. 55% arranged in many Muslim-majority countries, according to the UN.
But in the U.S., Pew found 88% met through personal choice. Huge difference.
And for Western Muslims, that ISPU study showed a near-even split in preference. 45% leaning arranged-ish, 50% self-directed with halal boundaries.
And that divorce stat is always thrown around.
The 6% for arranged marriages globally versus 40% for U.S. love matches.
Yeah, though you always have to add the caveats, right? Cultural factors are huge.
Absolutely. It's not a simple comparison. Experts have different takes, too.
Like Dr. Robert Epstein favoring arranged for stability because of family vetting.
Right. But then Dr. Sue Johnson argues self-chosen love builds stronger emotional bonds if communication is good.
And Dr. Jamal Badawi points out the Prophet blessed both kinds of beginnings.
As long as they were halal and consensual, Khadijah's proposal, Ali and Fatima's connection.
So the book's take, Islam is flexible.
Pretty much. Both paths aim for that strong partnership, that dope squad, as the outline put it. The Prophet advised consulting your heart and your community.
So arranged offers family backup, vetting.
Which aligns with Quranic principles about consultation.
While halal hanging around those chaperone meetings, coffee chats, allows for personal vibe checks.
The main thing either way is locking in the faith, the fit, that complementary dynamic.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift. We're past the selection, past the wedding. Now you're in the marriage.
And reality hits.
The book talks about the shock after marriage, unmet expectations.
And it seems really common. The Gottman Institute found 65% of newlyweds feel some disillusionment in year one.
Wow, that high.
Yeah. And the ISPU survey found 70% of young Muslim couples face big challenges soon after marriage.
Communication, roles, intimacy, the works.
It's clearly a major adjustment period.
But Dr. Gottman sees it as an opportunity, right? Not failure.
An opportunity to deepen understanding, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sheikh Omar Suleiman frames it through compassion, effort, citing the Quran.
So how does Sweet Marriage Twist advise navigating this shock?
It reframes it. Not a problem, but your first real co-innovation challenge. A call to action.
Okay, so practically.
First, reflect. Were your expectations realistic? Like really honest reflection.
Good starting point.
Then communicate. Openly but kindly, using I feel statements, not you never.
Focus on strengths, not just weaknesses.
Exactly. And seek guidance. Mentors, counselors. The Quran advises consultation.
Be willing to adjust, adapt.
And ultimately, trust in Allah's plan.
Yeah.
That things happen for reasons we might not understand initially.
That's a solid framework. Building on that, what about common ongoing challenges?
The book lists several, backed by stats from the APA and ISPU.
Communication breakdown was number one, right? 65%.
Yep. Followed by financial stress, differing expectations, unresolved conflicts.
I have emotional support, external pressures. It's a lot.
It can be. But the book offers solutions through that co-innovation lens.
So for communication.
Islam emphasizes honesty. Speak the truth, even if bitter. But also active listening, really hearing your partner.
And unrealistic expectations.
Just remembering no one's perfect. Marriage brings affection and mercy, not flawless humans.
Financial stress. Open talks about budgets.
Yeah, shared responsibility. Acknowledging the man's primary role, but valuing the woman's contributions immensely, whatever form they take.
And role confusion, especially now.
Clarify early. Talk about it. And remember, the Prophet himself helped at home. That sets a powerful example.
Okay, now for some really modern dynamics the book tackles. Feminism, equality. These are big conversations in the West.
Huge. Pew found 60% of young Western adults identify with feminist ideals.
So how does that intersect with Islam for Muslims in the West?
Well, the ISPU survey showed that while 70% support equal rights, fewer, only 40%, feel confident navigating feminism within Islam. There's uncertainty there.
So what do the experts or the book suggest?
Dr. Amina Wadud argues feminism isn't inherently anti-Islam. It's about justice and dignity, which are core Islamic values.
And Sheikh bin Bayat emphasizes spiritual equality, even if roles differ by divine wisdom.
Right. Sweet Marriage Twist echoes this. Equality is deep in the faith. Quran 49.13 nobility is righteousness.
So it acknowledges complementary roles, like hulama for men, but stresses mutual respect.
Exactly. The advice for you, the listener, is educate yourself on both sides. Talk openly with your partner. Focus on shared values.
And remember, women are twin halves of men. Beautiful teaching.
Then there's the related discussion on masculine or dominant behavior.
Another sensitive topic.
Definitely. Pew found over half of young U.S. women worry about dominant traits.
And the ISPU study, Muslim women value strength, but want it balanced with kindness.
Right. 50% value strength, but 60% emphasize kindness and compassion alongside it.
How does the book address these concerns?
It acknowledges them directly and highlights Islam's balance. Yes, men as protectors, maintainers, Quran 4.34, but leadership means accountability.
Kindness, compassion, mutual understanding, not domination.
Precisely. It's about nurturing the relationship through open dialogue.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's quickly recap the essence of Sweet Marriage Twist.
It's really positioned as this guide for building strong, faith-centered marriages in the West.
Blending spirituality, practical advice, and modern data.
All through that lens of marriage as a co-innovation team.
I think what's really striking about this human AI project is how it distills these complex, often sensitive topics
into clear, actionable insights,
Yeah.
From choosing a partner to navigating challenges, modern pressures.
It consistently hammers home that marriage isn't static. It's alive, evolving.
Which leads nicely into a final thought, maybe.
Yeah, let's leave our listeners with something to chew on. The book strongly suggests that marriage, this grand project, it's not about finding the perfect person. That's a myth.
Right. The real success comes from committing to being the best partner you can be.
Learning, adapting, growing together with love and mercy.
That Quranic verse sums it up so beautifully, doesn't it? 30.21.
Right.
He created mates for you from yourselves so that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy.
Exactly. And this whole deep dive really has been about how you can actively cultivate that tranquility, that affection, that mercy.
Remembering your future together isn't just handed to you.
You build it brick by brick with intention, with faith.
And with that spirit of continuous co-innovation.